Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D. It's the 1968 Lincoln penny from the United States of America, the Lincoln 1 cent coin. We see that we have all three mints here. We have the San Francisco Mint. We have the San Francisco Mint on our left. In the center we have the Philadelphia Mint. In the center we have the Philadelphia. We have the San Francisco Mint on our left. In the center we have Philadelphia, which does not put a mint mark on their pennies. And over on the side we have Denver, which has the D. In 1968 at the Denver Mint they made $2.9 billion. At the Philadelphia Mint they made $1.7 billion. And at the San Francisco Mint they made 258 million circulating pennies and another 3 million proof coins. Yes, that's right. In 1968, they did make a proof set, and it was from the San Francisco Mint. In fact, the 1968 proof set from the San Francisco Mint has one of the more expensive coins from 1968. They have found 43 proof, 69 deep cameos so far from the San Francisco Mint from the proof sets, and those are worth $1,650 each. This, however, is a regular circulating 1968. 1968 was one of the years they made the circulating coins at the San Francisco Mint. They made them until 1975 with the circulating S Mint on the Lincoln penny. You see it says "In God We Trust" at the top, and these coins are famous for the "In God We Trust" becoming part of the rim, and you can see that here where almost every letter is kind of melded with the rim as we go around. And there actually looks like there's a little bit of a space between the S and the T, and that's just a little blemish. Probably came after in post-mint damage, and so it adds no value to it at all. If we tip it up on its edge, we see that this is still the old copper coin, 95% copper, 5% zinc. These weighed 3.11 grams. If we get it onto the back, we see it says United States of America around the top, E pluribus unum here, and we look at the E pluribus unum, we see a dot between the E and the pluribus, and a dot on each side of the unum. This is the Lincoln Memorial that we're looking at here in Washington, D.C., and there's Lincoln way down on the inside, and at the bottom it says 1 cent. Over here on the right, there are two initials, which are hard to see on this coin, an F and a G. We'll show you those on one of the other coins. At the San Francisco Mint for circulating coins, out of the 258 million they made in 1968, they found one so far at a mint state 68, and that's worth $7,400. So you can get a really good San Francisco Mint coin that's not a proof coin from 1968, and it's worth a lot of money. They also made the coin at the Philadelphia Mint. At the Philadelphia Mint, out of the 1.7 billion, they found four so far at a mint state 67 plus, and those are worth $2,900. The third mint they made these at in 1968 is the Denver Mint, and you can see again this "In God We Trust" becoming part of the coin, and actually you can see the Liberty over here becoming part of the outside of the coin also. When you make 2.9 billion like they did at the Denver Mint, you're going to sacrifice a little bit of quality. They have, however, found one mint state 67 plus at the Denver Mint that's worth $3,000. If we look at the back of this one, we can see Lincoln much better way down there in the center of the Lincoln Memorial, and we can see the initials here were FG on the side. If we look way down underneath, we can see the V, the D, and the B for Victor David Brenner, the original engraver of these coins. At the Denver Mint, they also have found three repunched mint mark varieties, and what will happen is you'll get this D here, and it'll look like it's doubled on the inside. I'll show you some other Ds that are pretty similar. That one, this one here, this is a little closer to it. It'll kind of have an edge dragging behind it and then have another edge in the center of the D. But when you get them old like this, it's very hard to tell if it's a repunched mint mark or not once they get worn down. If you get it on a good coin, you'll easily be able to tell that there's a double D on there for the repunched mint mark. Those are worth $50 to $70 if you can find one of those. And then they have three different varieties of the double die reverse, where they have the doubling of the letters on the back of this coin. And those are worth $200 to $300 each. So you always look for doubling on here. And some of them, I believe, even have doubling on the F and the G. This coin in 1968 was a little different than the years prior, because in 1965, the United States Mint decided not to put any mint marks on any coins. So for 1965, 1966, and 1967, no mint marks on any pennies, and no mint marks on any of the other coins either. So in 1968, when they came back from the mint marks, of course the collectors flocked to these coins. Now, they didn't have a mint mark on the Philadelphia coin, so they didn't bring it back. They did have a mint mark on the Denver coin and the San Francisco coin, and so those mint marks came back in 1968. One of the reasons that they brought the mint marks back was they were able to make 4.6 billion of these pennies, and so by 1968 they didn't care if people kept or hoarded a lot of them. They had plenty of them out there for people to use. All right, that's all we have today from Big D Coins. We'd love to have you subscribe to the Big D Coin channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.